Alright, so welcome back to another VOD review. Today we're going to be talking about me against Gilbo. Now, this is to cover a very specific strategy. I was intending on making a video about the tournament itself, and it's like, wow, that'd be a really cool video if I didn't lose in the first match. I lost in the first match. I'm pissed about it. But I think we should talk about it because I think there's a lot to be said about this map. I think this map is super slow, and I think that people should be playing this map differently. So, if it isn't already obvious, there's fucking lava everywhere. Now, that's important because you cannot... Normally, it's fine. You won't be able to reach this tile or this tile in 2 turns. I mean, in 1 turn. So you're gonna have to do it in 2. So eventually it doesn't really seem that big of a deal, but because of that, you're super susceptible to aggression. Cards at Phobies in this game, obviously, cards with 2 range are weaker than cards with 1 range. So what ends up happening is that shit like this happens. Because this is a small map, you're incentivized to go for melee units. But because of that, basically whoever takes care of this territory first ends up winning the game. And you're probably thinking, why? Well, the reason for that is because throwing ranged units out is less efficient. And what ends up happening is that you'll see that I take this back, but because ranged units are just weaker and don't have any cover to fall back to, I also don't get any support here. So what ends up happening is that I get fucked. So it's a very interesting thing to note about Lights Out. I personally don't like this map. I think it kind of sucks, but I think we should talk about the VOD anyway. There's a lot of stuff to learn, and there's a lot to mull about. Also, it's free content because I don't really like making videos on the game right now, mainly because there's not much to talk about. Like we talked about card packs for a month. Cool. After that was solved, there's basically nothing to look at. If you want to comment something to look at, go for it. But a lot of the stuff is like, hey, what if we did this? Or hey, what if I suggested this? And the answer is no, because I don't think it makes sense to do that. I want to discuss analytics. I want to talk about the game. If the strategy in this game is so difficult to analyze and comprehend, or it's so simplistic that there's nothing to look at anymore, if it gets to either of those 2 logical extremes, I feel like I shouldn't need to suggest anything, because there's already stuff to be fixed, which is the combat. I feel like the game's fairly difficult, but also because most of us don't have even half of the phobies. I have a quarter of them. So, we need to keep that in mind, because we are so unenlightened, so to speak, as to how this game works. Like, we have the basics. We got Cassowary, we got Jar Cannon. Those are the 2 horsemen that basically run this rodeo. But at the end of the day, some phobies are just so much stronger in terms of this meta right now, and we just have to wait until we can get those and until we can start experimenting more, because this game is complicated. When you have so many possibilities, when you get 120 phobies at your disposal, right? 120. When it gets to that level, then you know that this game can get really difficult. But enough ranting about the game in general, let's talk about the VOD. First off, this take here, this is super annoying to me, because I made a bad play here. The reason for that is because usually you're fighting for this top spot, and these 2 are kind of irrelevant, but you'll see what he does next is that he just takes the 2 points. He just takes the fucking points! And now what do? Tell me, I'd love to know! You can't hit the guy, you can't hit him, that's for fucking sure. And I think I could have made a better play here if I send Gesundheit down here. Right? If I sent it down on first turn, then congrats, I would have been able to kill the cat. Then what? Because this motherfucking fly can now just sit here. He can send up backup with the murder wing. He doesn't need 3 points. He needs 2. And when you're so used to one specific setup and they just completely flip that on its head, right? Then this is when I lost the game. This is when I lost the game. But the best part is, this is not the first indicator of when I lost. This was the first indicator. Because now I have nothing. Oh, no, wrong. God, yeah, there. That was when I lost. That's not, actually no. Okay, I'm confusing myself. This is when I lost. Because he's taking control and I'm not. Honestly, I think going first on this map basically lets you win. You take top spot, and if you can just get both of these both of these panic points, and you're just chilling from there. But because I didn't prepare for a push on the bottom, I got fucked. So you could say that this was when I lost because he went first, or you could say that this was when I lost because I didn't account for him placing a cat on bot. Now, personally, I don't think there's a way to play around this. I'm pretty sure if I put anything towards the bottom, he definitely could have just stayed up here, stay these two, which makes me feel like going first in this map is really strong. And you can't really say that about other maps because the thing is, you can't reach the top point. You usually can only reach 1 point with flying units, and it's usually not that relevant. I don't know. It's maybe it's because I don't have Maggie. I'm kind of going on a rant here. I'm basically flaming myself in every way possible. I'm basically flaming the game in every way possible. But yeah, I think it's subjective. At first, I thought it was here, then I thought it was here, but in reality, it's both. I'd say both of these situations, you could say, is when I lost. You could also say this was when I lost. You can also say this, and this, and this, and this, and this. These are the situations in which I lost. Now, here's the problem. As you can see, I'm starting to take back some territory at this area, right? And it's like, wow, I'm taking back territory? No way. Right? And it's like, wow, okay, I have a chance. Because now all I need to do is stall, right? And I can just build this here. I can just build this little spot here, break down this wall. I can move away as well. That way I can break it even more with the cassowary. And do you know what this motherfucker does? He brings down the... Oh, it hurts me to say this, but he brings down one of the most annoying units in this entire fucking game. Especially for a small map. And you're thinking, what could it possibly be? Is it a sheeping gas? Don't complain about the sheeping gas, you have one too. It's a motherfucking Kivo 3.0. What is that doing there? And then you realize he's been stockpiling keys for the past 5 turns. I mean, okay, he kind of kept it at this point. He had to spend some because I took control of both points, so he had to do something. But after that, he just goes to town. Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! I take control for like 1 turn and then I get fucked. And then I surrender because I'm not gonna win that, trust me. So, let's talk about the takeaways. The takeaways. Alright, first off, fuck you, Hevo 3.0. You're annoying as hell. You literally... He doesn't have damage fall off, guys. He doesn't have 50% damage fall off. And I don't know why I never considered that to be that big of a deal. I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's funny. It's not funny. Look at these stats and tell me that it's funny. I'll fucking kill you. This isn't funny. Guys, it's not fucking funny. And then you throw down one. Throw down one. And boom, there's fucking fire everywhere. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just complaining about everything that I can about this character right now. And So now I know what makes Evo 3.0 different from all the other ones. And it's that he has big fucking AoE damage. Now, is he good on big maps? He's okay. He gets countered pretty hard by Erratic, but if you have a front line, are you really getting destroyed by Erratic if you're in the back line? Like, worst case scenario, you take like 400 damage because Erratic also deals AoE, right? And no one gives a shit. So like, yeah. But yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like this strat's pretty good. So adopt it if you can. Like let's be real here. Like for example on this one, I haven't seen this replay before. I'm just using this as an example because I'm assuming that I won because I went first. Oh, okay. I thought that said 45. That kind of scared me. So as you can see, I break this out. This is probably not the best plan, actually. This isn't a very good example. But I do kind of whoop his ass here. So you kind of see the same premise where I take 3 points and he can't do jack shit. You use Cassowary, he takes 400 damage because of the fucking lava pits. And what are you doing? I don't know what he's doing, but I literally won because he never touched the points. I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't touch the points. I don't understand. Sorry. But the point is, go first on this map. Go first. Because if you go first, you probably win. Alright? It's not even like there's like this secret banned phobie that would help me win the game otherwise. No, Jarkanic doesn't do shit here. Stairmaster doesn't do shit here. They're both banned. I don't know why why you can only ban 2 phobies on small maps. Why is that a thing? I don't understand. But the point is, yeah, I lost. Am I mad about it? Kind of, because I didn't get to make a video on it. I mean, I did, but it's only one match. And I don't think there's anything I could have done. And that's what I told Gilbo. And you know what he said? He said LMAOOOOO. Fuck you, Gilbo. But yeah, that's about it. I'm tired. I haven't played Valorant in a few days, actually. I've been playing Slay the Spire the entire time. I might get back into streaming, but I don't think anyone's watching. So I'm probably not gonna do that. Also, I have an orchestra audition up ahead, and that's on like June 6th or something. So I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah. Takeaway: don't play Phobies. You will cry a lot, and your fragile ego will be broken. Goodbye.